One of the biggest problems that every salesperson and sales leader faces in their professional life is roller coaster performance, where they'll have a number of months or quarters where they hit their targets, and they do that by frantically seeking to close business that they've got in the pipeline. But then typically what happens is they have periods where they miss their number and they're crazily working hard to try and build sales pipeline. And the thing for any sales professional and for all sales leaders is we want to take the peaks and troughs away and smooth out performance. And the way that you do that is by consistent execution of the input metrics that create healthy, quality sales pipeline. If you don't have the daily habit of time blocking outbound activity at the times of day when you're most likely to gain traction with your potential buyers, if you're not doing that every day, which is the important thing, and instead allowing urgent things to crowd that activity out, you'll certainly have roller coaster performance. And I just want to give you a personal life example of this. My hobby that I do to stay fit is cycling. And the thing that I found was that when I first took up cycling, or if I've been off the bike for a while and I get back on, the first 6 to 10 rides are really brutal. My legs are sore, my butt is sore, but after a while, all of that goes away and I get into the rhythm of doing this activity. And what I find bizarrely is that if I'm not riding, my legs start to ache. And I think all of us have found that, whether we're a runner or other sports that we do. If we consistently do the input activities, then when we stop doing it, it feels weird rather than the other way around. But the thing is, there's a lag. It's like weight loss. You can decide to eat really well, less carbs and less sugar, a little more exercise. And by the way, you can't outrun a bad diet with your weight. So the key to controlling weight is getting rid of carbs and sugar in your diet. But the thing is, you'll start eating well and cut those things back, but you don't lose weight. And you get a bit depressed about that. You lose your motivation. You go back to eating bad food again, and miraculously you start to drop some weight. And you think, wow, I can eat rubbish and still lose weight. And then what happens is you put on, more weight eventually, and you go back to dieting. But what happens is there's a lead time or a lag before you get results. And it's the same with prospecting. You just need, for the context of dieting, you need to forget about the notion of being on a diet and just think, I'm going to change my lifestyle, I'm going to change my eating habits, and I'm going to worry about the input of controlling what I put into my mouth rather than trying to measure my results on the scales, looking down at the scales all of the time. It's the same with sales pipeline. Just commit to the daily activity of doing what it takes, and you'll start to move away from the peaks and troughs and smooth out the performance. And then you won't need to do these crazy, unnatural acts at the end of each quarter or month trying to drag deals forward that aren't really ready to close. So to avoid roller coaster performance, it's all about consistent input activity that's going to smooth it out.